السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. Brothers and elders, mothers and sisters in Islam, thank you for joining us on this Friday night, Friday evening, a program that we are starting as a new series from tonight, which is known as Friday Night Live. In this half hour to 45-minute segment, alhamdulillah, we will be able to cover and speak to different individuals in our community and a larger community that we have, inshallah, benefit from their expertise, learn from their experiences, inshallah, and hopefully take back something productive to become stronger and better as community, as individuals, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our program tonight is very special. Our Friday night Q&A tonight, that discussion that we will be having is volunteerism, and how to engage the community. I'm extremely honored and humbled to have our leadership of the Islamic Center of Long Island joining us. With us tonight is our previous president, the first female president ever, then, subhanAllah, our chairwoman and board trustee, Dr. Isma Chaudhry, with us. We have some of our newly elected EC with us as well. So I would welcome them to join me on screen as well, so that we can talk about the importance of volunteerism and how to engage the community in large, inshallah. So I'll request our brother Bashir, our host, to, inshallah, please, if you can have our guests join us as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brother Moise, Brother Rashid, Dr. Isma, Brother Moizuddin, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and for the entire community. We're honored and humbled to actually have you tonight with us. I want to begin with you, Dr. Isma, and of course, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and reward you for all the work that you're doing in such a busy time for yourself. You're with us tonight. We want to start off with the topic of volunteerism. How important it is for the community to know, and what are some of the benefits where you see for ourselves and our generations. Inshallah, I'll ask you to unmute yourself and please share these thoughts with us, inshallah. Sister, you're still mute. If you can unmute yourself, Dr. Isma. Can you hear me? Brother Bashir? You're still mute. If you can unmute yourself, Dr. Isma. Okay, now I think
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mufti Sahib, can you hear me? Or
yes, I could. I hear you. It's good.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mufti Sahib, I did unmute myself. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I could hear you. You were good.
Yes, Esma, we can hear you.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you so much, Mufti Sahab, for hosting tonight's event. And alhamdulillah, volunteerism in our tradition is basically khidmat. We have to be very committed to serve our community. There's so much we learn from it. Alhamdulillah, I started with volunteering for Sunday school when my kids were younger. And it was extremely rewarding. I got to know the community. My kids became part of the community. And the benefits were, alhamdulillah, multi-fold. So I would just encourage our young brothers and sisters to just come forth, volunteer in whatever your interest is. If your interest is weekend school, alhamdulillah, make yourselves available for the weekend school. If your interest is Ramadan, if your interest is Sunday school or Friday prayer, so that the community gets to know you and you get to know the community. Inshallah, if there are any questions later on, inshallah, I'll be happy to answer those questions.
Thank you so much, That is amazing. Dr. Ismail, you begin with a beautiful topic about a word about the word khidma, and I remember this from our teachers saying this. They used to say this in Urdu. I'll translate this in English as well. They said that with ibadat you get jannat, and with khidmat you get khuda, you get Allah, right? They used to say that with ibadah and with worship you get jannah, and with khidma and with service you get Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And that's the essence of what the true volunteerism actually is. I want to turn towards some of our brothers in our EC. Brother Bashir, you can leave all of us on the screen, that's fine. You don't have to move everyone, so it just becomes difficult for people. So I'm going to turn to Brother Rashid, Brother Moizuddin, Brother Moiz, our EC. I know that we have sent out the vacancies and the reports and the list of things that are available for people to volunteer in the Islamic Center of Long Island. Can you please share with us, or Brother Imran, anyone who would like to share some details of what are some of the positions and places that are available for the community to actually participate and be a part of, inshallah? Brother Rashid, Brother Moiz, Brother Moizuddin, anyone, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Muhammad Moizuddin, and following Jazakallah Khair Mufti Farhan for starting such a beautiful note tonight, and thank you, Sister Isma, for giving the basics of volunteerism and the understanding for all of us. What we have, as many of you already know, we have multiple communities and space available for members to apply for those communities and inshallah be part of them based upon your interest and experience. MashaAllah, with such a beautiful masjid and its history all along and all the experience from the leaders and the guidance from Mufti Farhan, we have multiple places or different aspects that you can be part of it and help the community and the masjid and yourself. This following or being part of any such community, any such committees is basically first and foremost for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you are doing this for Allah and making it as part some kind of organized way. So we have these different committees available. Just to give some names, we have committees like finance committee. We have members available in there. We have tech committee. We have the newly started pantry, the food pantry that we have. We mashallah have a space for it, and we need members to be part of it so that we can expand it further to serve our community and also Muslim and non-Muslim people in part of that.
Brother Moiz, Brother Moiz, I'm going to stop you here for a second because this is more, I wanted it to be a little bit more interactive and I want you to continue this. So with regards to our food pantry that we have, alhamdulillah, and we are blessed to actually have an ICLI van as well, which is our Islam, ICLI's truck or van that goes around and provides pantry. I want you to also shed some light on that. So with regards to food pantry, can you please tell us the hours and days and what sort of individuals can give some time and help in our food pantry?
Well, at this point, alhamdulillah, we have the hours Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's completely run by volunteers. We want to make it more organized, as I said, once we have members as part of the committee for food pantry. Inshallah, we are planning to start under your guidance and other elders to have to utilize the van that is available and take the opportunity and take the food to places where people cannot drive here to get the food themselves. Identify places and people that are in need, and inshallah deliver it to their homes or to those places. Inshallah.
Muzbay, I'm going to come back to you. I want to ask Dr. Ismail one quick question quickly. Dr. Ismail, I know that the food pantry, the van actually had been a dream of yours for the Muslim community in ICLI, the Islamic Center of Long Island. What do you envision from this that we have, the van that we have now, mashallah, and where do you see it to grow and how to benefit the larger community? Dr. Ismail, if you want to please touch upon that. Okay, so we're not able to get to Dr. Ismail at the moment. I'm going to go back to Moiz Bhai. Brother Moiz, I'm sorry. You're mute.
Sure. So, Alhamdulillah, the food pantry was something which...
So we're not able to get to Dr. Isma at the moment. I'm going to go back.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So, Mufti Saab, can you hear me, or... I see Brother Moise saying yes. Okay. So, yes, absolutely. The food pantry was a service that ICLI actually wanted to provide for a very long time, but because of the financial constraints, we were not able to do that. One of our board members, Alhamdulillah, in the basement of his house, he allowed ICLI to open to house this food pantry. May Allah bless him and his family for this effort. And then we really wanted to have a van. It's a form of dawah also, because on the van we have Islamic Center of Long Island, an ayah from the Quran, and a quote from a hadith of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that, as Brother Moise said, we can get the food and household items to individuals who cannot really drive or who do not have the capability to come to our food pantry. So we are taking it a step further and provided this service to people who are really in need. The other thing is that this pantry doesn't just serve the Muslim community. We are there for our neighbors, for the Westbury community and beyond. We do need volunteers for the food pantry. Alhamdulillah, at this time, 3 days a week, it's working fine. We have at least 20 to 25 guests who come in, Alhamdulillah, and seek benefit. They drive in our masjid. They get exposure to the Muslims, to the Muslim brothers and sisters who are there to serve. So I think this is not just a khidmah, it's a form of dawah as well. And we get immense pleasure and satisfaction out of this service, Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah Akbar. You mentioned the guests, and I love that point that you mentioned that they are the guests. Allahu Akbar. And that is such a beautiful point. Brother Rashid, Brother Moise, would you like to, or Brother Moizuddin, would you like to continue with some of the other vacancies and committees that we have where we can actually have our community join us or volunteer with us? What's the deadline? Where can they go volunteer and sign up? When are the committees being finalized? Would you like to shed some light on that?
So, Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Salam.
Mufti Sahib, as you mentioned that we have a couple of committees. We just sent email to all the members, non-members we have their email addresses. So there's multiple committees. I mean, I'll give you an example. Like there's a Zakat committee. ICLI very actively involved helping all the needy people, and all those help will coming from donation, Zakat coming from all the members, non-members. So we distribute Zakat, and to distribute Zakat, we need a people with the knowledge and how to distribute the Zakat. So if anyone feel comfortable and feel that has enough knowledge and can come up and being a part of the Zakat committee member and helping to the needy people, so that will be a very good idea. So we can get some knowledge from them, and then also we can help each other to help out our community. So that's one of the most important committee we have about the Zakat committee. I just want to mention that one. And then we also have a IT committee. So Brother Imran is with me, so he can talk about the IT committee as well.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Imran Zaidi. So by the way, so adding to what Brother Rashid just said, so basically on a very high level, we have 3 different committees, Board of Trustees committees. Within Board of Trustees committees, there are 2 or 3 different committees within Insight, and then there are a couple of ad hoc committees. Along with that, we have executive committees. So within executive committee, one of the committees is the technology, where the core of the entire campus is actually all technology based. What we wanted to do, basically, we wanted to make everything easily accessible, especially during these COVID days, so you can actually participate remotely into all the programs that we do. Mashallah, that one of the programs that we are actually doing right now, this is all like technology based, right? So basically, the idea is to actually have community members where they have exposure to all sort of technology, like be databases, be website controls, or the securities of the systems, things like that. So we are looking very actively for members. And by the way, all this information is actually available not only via the emails, also on ICLI's website. So you can always visit icliny.org and you can find all relevant information. In case if your emails are not registered with ICLI office right now, please do me a favor. Just go online and register your email addresses. Also, whenever you visit the facility, just go to the office and register your names. And if you're not a member of ICLI, please register and become the member. The deadline to apply for any of these committees is actually January 29th. And we're hoping to have as many members available and then be able to finalize like as soon as we have all these details and then share with the community.
Brother Imran, a quick question. Brother
Yep.
Imran, quick question. Does a person need prior experience, or if they have the experience in a particular field that they can come in and then over time with the experience of others that they can learn? Is it possible that someone who may not have had an experience of a committee before, can they apply and be a part of it?
Absolutely. It's more about passion. Prior experience definitely helps, but that does not restrict community members to not apply for the open positions. Please apply for all the open positions, and then of course we'll evaluate, and hopefully you would be available. So more the merrier. Like more people apply, and then we have bigger teams. So this way, everyone else can actually back up each other, and then also this is an opportunity for the community members to be able to pick up, especially for the younger ones, for the youth, to come in and join the committee and then pick up from the experts. There are definitely going to be some experts within each committee, and you can always learn like technology, you can learn finance, you can learn something about health. So whatever, all different aspects there are, you would always be able to learn something new from here. So definitely it's very helpful for
That's
you.
amazing. One thing that I want to really get this out to the community, and especially the young people, is I hear this a lot, and forgive me, but I'm going to be a little blunt about this, but I hear this a lot, that masjids don't involve youngsters and young people, and they don't want to hear the young people do work. Look, the opportunity is there. Come up, do the work, get involved, sign up, and be a part of these committees and show that you want to do it, right? It's easy to be a keyboard warrior and write stuff, but it takes time to take out your time and your effort and your energy and invest in doing the work, right? So I really want to tell these young people out there, mashallah, you have a lot of energies, you have a lot of passion, you really want to do a lot of good things. Let's get involved. Let's participate. Let's be a team as an ummah, and collectiveness is, there's so much barakah and blessings. Rashid Bhai, I have a question for you. Alhamdulillah, you being a part of the EC for mashallah, a long time with experience. A person may have a concern that if I sign up for something, how long or how much do I have to commit? You know, I have family, I have kids, I have a job, I have other responsibilities, meaning how much will the center or the sport take away from me? Is there anything that you can guide us in way of, and of course, every committee has a different time commitment, but with these committees that are available, what do you tell these brothers and sisters, inshallah?
Mufti sir, is a very good question you asked, because if you see sometime there are people who work from home, who go to office, and we don't see them at mosque that much. But alhamdulillah, those brother or those sister, they spend a lot of their time sitting in front of their computer while they are on job, and they are working for ICLI sometime and they spend a lot of time. So it depends on the nature of your job, nature of your school, and what you do in your other life. How you can spend your time, maybe like 15 minutes a week, 15 minutes a day, 1 hour a week, or 1 hour a day. It all depends. It's very flexible. I mean, you can make your own judgment call. So if you think you are good in computer, then you can offer your expertise accordingly. And if you feel that you have a time, you come to mosque You can help us out on Friday prayer. You can help us on like other program we are offering at the premises. So there is not like if you commit for something and then your life is done and you have to come and you have to do it. It's very flexible depending on your schedule, depending on your job, and depends on what you do. So I just want to add here another committee. We have a funeral committee. I mean, if you see that uh, in Long Island, and there are not many places offer funeral service. Alhamdulillah, Islamic Center of Long Island offer full funeral services. And to perform those duty, I mean, you need, I mean, sister, brother, and sister for those committees. So there's another area I can ask our brother and sister if they feel comfortable. Please think about that. I mean, there's a one day. I mean, everyone has to die, and we have to go through every soul has to go this process. So it's a good idea. I mean, I still I remember I just came in my mind one of our brother who involved in this process, and he told me that once since he involved in funeral services, his mind changes, his thought process completely changed. So he sees the I mean life in a different way. So there's a lot of learning on your life when you do all this work for your
Wow.
Islamic Center of Long Island and just for Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So
That,
just
that
keep in mind.
That is amazing that you mentioned this, Rashid Bhai. And I think one point that Dr. Isma had mentioned in the very beginning was that when she said that she initially became involved, it was her children who also became involved. It was the entire family that became involved. And there are a lot of parents who want their children to have a good environment. They want their children to have good friends and good company. And Allah, being involved as a volunteer or in any capacity that you can, in any way, in any shape and form that you can, it will allow yourself and really your children, your families to actually be involved and anchored together. And I think having good friends and good company and finding suhbah and companionship of good individual is one of the biggest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, near the day of Qiyamah, finding the righteous will become difficult. And as the hadith of Rasulullah said, those who frequent the masjid give the witness of their iman. The hadith of Rasulullah reminds us. So it is important that we should definitely engage ourselves and be a part of it. Brother Amir Gilani from YouTube, he has signed in and he said that, Alhamdulillah, thank you. I'm interested in joining the youth committee, whether a leader or a member. And he mentioned, so thank you. That's amazing. Brother Amir Gilani, please go to our website, icliny.org. Please fill out the form, put whatever information that is required. One of the members of the team will get to you, and we'll love to have you a part of it. We had an amazing youth event at 7 p.m. today, where two of the youngsters and youth of our community, Nadim and Imran Gangat, actually gave an amazing presentation on budgeting. Right, that's amazing. Our young youth are involved. So alhamdulillah, there's so much opportunity for us to be involved. Brother Muizzuddin, you were mentioning about the point of some of our elders who are in the community, the youngsters as well. And I know that alhamdulillah, we have a lot of elders also in our community that sometimes at that particular age, if they're not working, they're not traveling a lot. So there's an opportunity for them to be connected and to serve the house of Allah and be in that environment as well. Would you like to shed some light on that, Brother Muizzuddin?
Can you hear me?
Yes, not anymore. It keeps on going on and off. I think
There's a bit of a lag on the line. So,
Hello?
yes.
Salam alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, Muzman.
Oh, okay. Yes, for elders, again, also there is this opportunity for many of the points that the brother Rashid mentioned about funeral services, about the pantry, about getting involved with the Zakat committee, getting involved with the finance committee, grievances committee. There is, mashallah, so much that our elders can get involved also and guide the entire community and us all together, inshallah. We also have programs that are set for them. Of course, due to COVID, they cannot come in person. and continue those programs, but they are happening on Zoom. And also the everyday salah, they made it, there is a sense of community because of that.
Alhamdulillah, that is amazing. That is amazing. Jazakumullah khairan. So, brothers and sisters from our community, this is something which is an information session that we really wanted to bring forth in front of you upon the importance of volunteerism, about getting involved, being attached. There are so much and so many benefits related to in this world, and of course, forever akhirah. Benefits in akhirah as well. As anything that we sow today and people benefit from will become a means of sadaqah jariyah. I always remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which mentions that if you have a seedling, if you have a seed and you see the qiyamah in front of you, you still sow that seed, for indeed the benefit that may come from it may become a means of khair for someone, right? So there's so much that we can do, brothers and sisters, and this is the time and this is the opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. And once we present ourselves for the house of Allah and for the service of the deen of Allah, you will see that there will be much more barakah in our time, our lives, our families, and that is what really matters the most. And this is what makes the ummah itself enlarge. So I'm really grateful, I'm really thankful for Dr. Isma for joining us tonight, Brother Rashid, Brother Imran, Brother Moizuddin for joining us tonight, sharing some of the experiences, some of the committees that we have, inshallah. Before we conclude, is there anything that any of our... Yes.
Yes, I just want to bring two committees, importance of two committees. So I request all the audience, one committee is education committee. So we have a weekend school where we have almost 400 children comes. Because of this year, because of COVID, we don't have that many kids, but on a regular year, we have about 400 plus children on our weekend school. Then we have IC kids. So I request anyone who's from our audience who has a background, educational background, please come up with, join our education committee, give us idea how we can improve our education for our children who comes to Islamic Center of Long Island for weekend and also for IC kids, and bring other ideas. So what we can offer on the evening basis for our adult some educational program.
Wow.
The second committee is the youth committee. ICLI is one of the biggest Islamic center in Northeast. We have 12 classes. We have a basketball court. And there's a lot of things to offer for our youth. So I will request our youth, if they are on the line, if they are listening, so please come and join our youth committee, come up with the ideas and bring the ideas so that this place will become a vibrant place for our youth and for our upcoming generations.
I was going to ask Brother Moiz
Mufti Sahab, if I may just give one comment, if I have your permission. I can't hear you, Mufti Sahab, so if that's okay.
Sure. Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to share one example of a current member, and I'm sorry, Brother Muhammad Moiz, to put you on the spot, but we have Brother Muhammad Moizuddin and Brother Muhammad Moiz, and when he was recommended, Brother Muhammad Moiz was recommended for to be a part of the executive committee. I, like myself, a few other members, we were a little confused as to who we are talking about. So his identification was, I did not know him by name, but I knew him by Juma. And this is honestly such an inspiring and learning moment for myself as well, that I did not put a name to face, but I knew. And the minute somebody said, "Oh, he's always there at Juma, and if he ever sees and Alhamdulillah, may Allah give you reward. I know you're not looking for it, for the praise, but his identity was, he was introduced that, oh, on Jummah, even if it's raining, he makes sure that he he brings the umbrella to the elderly so that they can comfortably come into the mosque for the prayer. So sometimes our names become secondary and our deeds really supersede any other identity that we think that we have. So please make your connection with the mosque and your identity of khidmah the priority, because that is one of the identities which will really benefit our ummah and us as well. Thank you so much, Mufti Saab.
Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khair. Moiz bhai, I'm going to come to you with regards to some of the youth work. Right? Can you tell us something about that? I hope it's not raining outside.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Isma. I wasn't expecting that at all. First of all, it's just something that I keep myself very busy with a lot of things, and I wish I can put in more time into the khidmah that we do for ICLI and every other Islamic institution. Inshallah, I work hard. I just want to make sure that I keep my leg into it, because I don't want to get dragged too far away from Islam, and I want to make sure that I'm still connected. That was my whole purpose of being at the masjid, and besides that it's our responsibility to be part of the masjid as Muslims. That's what encouraged me, and I personally think that we have so many credible individuals. We had Mufti Farhan actually mentioned them, two kids, Nadeem Gangat and Imran Gangat. They presented their investment techniques and whatnot today. It was amazing, and I saw their presentation beforehand, and I was still amazed. They had good speaking skills. They were presenting really well. They were very engaging. We need proactive young people to join us, and this way we can further our cause, inshallah. And we're looking for people who are going to be engaging with other youths to bring them in, to attract them in. This way we can keep our faith in line, and we can grow together as a community, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, that is amazing. That is great. Is there anything from Brother Rashid, Brother Imran, Brother Moizuddin before we conclude the program?
Yeah, just a very quick note before we conclude the program. So all the details of the variety of all the committees, it's actually on ICLI's website. So please go visit the website and see the list of all the committees and see which one suits you the best. You don't have to sign up for just one committee. You can actually sign up for more than one committees. So it's not limited to just one. Let's say if your expertise are only in technology, you feel like you can commit to like funeral or zakat or health or any other committee, please go ahead, feel free and sign up for that as well.
And I would like to add one more thing to this. Yeah, please sign up. Just make the effort, inshallah, and things will carry on the way they're supposed to. Just make the effort. That's what I did. I recommend that for everyone else. Just make the effort, and even if you think you're really busy, you have something that you can give to the community, inshallah, and everyone will benefit from it.
MashaAllah, Barakallah Feek. May Allah reward you and may Allah bless you. Thank you so much, our community, for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Isma, Brother Rashid, Brother Imran, Brother Moizuddin, Brother Moiz, for joining us tonight. We're going to have this program as a continuous series. Please have your name sent to the committees and inshallah and become a part of the entire team of Islamic Center of Long Island. This Friday night live program, inshallah, we're hoping to have every Friday night with the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Our first individual guest will be our own Dr. Isma Chaudhry. Make sure you have your seatbelts on next week. It's going to be a very amazing conversation. I have a lot lined up. And I want to get this to all our community. Dr. Isma, you can not hear this, please, for a few seconds.
Amazing
conversation. But I want our community to know, and especially, and I speak to her because I have a daughter who is 5 years old, and I speak to Dr. Isma so much about it. But for all hear this, please, for a few seconds. Amazing conversation. For all the individuals out there, I really want you to understand that how Allah has honored the men and women of this ummah, and how Dr. Isma herself mashallah, the 50th most strongest, powerful individuals in Long Island for multiple years, and how Allah blessed her. I want to have that candid and open conversation. Tawfiq from Allah, and tawfiq from Allah. And this is the hadith bin name. This is not for bragging or anything, but Allah is the one who gives honor, and we ask Allah to increase for all and everyone, inshallah. So please do join us, inshallah, next Friday at 9 p.m. Or of course, every night, Monday to Wednesday, we have live program in the Masjid Islamic Center at 8:15 as well after Isha. So you can join us through Riyadus Salihin. But this Friday night live, inshallah, will be every Friday night at 9 p.m. with a special guest from a community, inshallah. And next week after this program, this is our EC and our board. Next week, inshallah, Dr. Isma Chaudhry with her life and lessons and coaching for us, inshallah. So please do join us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.